got that fast restart. There you see Dale Earnhardt Jr. goes to the bottom, slams the door on Jimmy Johnson in the 48. Looks like Johnson's going to get kicked to the high side, though, by Kurt Busch in the 97.
Stewart is blocked in the 20. Nowhere to go. It's Junior and Gordon.
Gordon's not going to give up that yellow line. You can bet that.
8-car with you, 2-car gap, that's 2x2.
Now, Junior's got help. Kurt Busch. No, Busch slices to the outside. He wants to win the 500.
Coming outside.
He gives Jeff Gordon a push going off into turn 3.
Kurt Busch, the next Dell Cup champion, fights his way to second.
It's a good thing he can't get any closer than that, because I believe he would have probably given Gordon a big shot up the hill.
Here they come, boys. White flag. 1 to go.
Scott Riggs to fourth. Stewart looks to go 3 wide. Thinks better of it. He is trapped behind Jimmy Johnson.
Boy, that 97 car of Kurt Busch is a fast piece of equipment right there. He's got to look.
He's the only Ford in the front 5. What can he do?
Look at Scott Riggs in that 10 car. He's trying to get him a top 5 finish in this Daytona 500. And there's Jimmy Johnson on the 48 on the outside, Darrell.
Somebody needs to get up there and go with him, but I don't know if Tony Stewart can run the outside or not. He hadn't all day.
Busch to the outside. Gordon slams the door on him into turn 3.
28 side by side.
6 cars have a chance to win it. Jeff Gordon's going to lead him into turn 4. They're 1 mile from home.
Tony Stewart just slid up the racetrack. He and Jimmy Johnson are going to make contact.
3 wide. They're bouncing off each other.
Jeff Gordon's going to win his 3rd Daytona 500. Kurt Busch, Dale Jr., and Scott Riggs completes a dream week with a 4th place finish.
Boy, he did. And by those cars right there, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th.
Thank God, boys. I was doing it.
Boys, Tony Stewart and Jimmy Johnson are going at each other down there in the turn 1. They were banging all over each other.
Yeah, Jimmy Johnson ended up 5th coming across the line.
You are the man.
These 2 guys right here, they've already rammed into each other once.
You know what? It was coming for the checkered flag for the Daytona 500.
Suck it up, big boy.
Richard Petty has won the great race 7 times. Cale Yarborough's a 4-time winner.
Big guy, you're the man.
Jeff Gordon joins Dale Jarrett
Time, baby.
and Bobby Allison as
Dedicate this one to the families on that crash, buddy, okay? Absolutely, absolutely.
Jeff Gordon, now a 3-time winner of the Daytona 500. And Rick Hendrick takes you back to October, Martinsville, Virginia, on a plane carrying his son Ricky, his brother John, John's 2 daughters, Randy Norton, Jeff Turner, Joe Jackson, all aligned with the Hendrick Motorsports team, Scott Lathrop, Tony Stewart's helicopter pilot, and the 2 pilots of that aircraft crashed en route to the race in Martinsville, Virginia. Coming to the line, watch Jimmy Johnson's 48 and the 20 of Tony Stewart.
Stewart went to the outside, made a big run, and he went up the hill and come up, got in behind, blocked him behind Jimmy Johnson. Then I thought they were gone right here. I thought that was a big crash, but they held on to him, raced back to the line. You can see Martin pushing Scott Riggs across in front of Jimmy Johnson. And now watch down here. Tony is some kind of frustrated and some kind of upset. Run 500 miles, don't have a scratch on your car, and then decide to beat them all up after the race is over.
Darrell, there's only going to be one happy man in Daytona, and that's this man. Jeff
Can you imagine leading the most laps of the race, got the best car all day, and get shoved back to 6th?
Dick Berggren.
Well, Dale Earnhardt Jr. with a smile on your face, surprised at that, finishing 3rd. What a wild finish.
Yeah, we, my buddy Arturo Gotti says we saved it for the championship rounds. The car wasn't that good during the race, and he made some adjustments, and I could drive right up through there, man, and it was really good. I got the lead there with a couple laps to go, and I thought about, I had enough room to pull in front of Gordon in the middle of 1 and 2 and hold him back there, but I didn't know if I had him cleared or not. He come on by me down the back straightaway, but he had a good car. We had a good car. I don't know if it was a 3rd place car, but it was good. And I want to thank my guys for staying with it all day.
If you'd had a little help at the end because you won that race.
Absolutely, yeah, man. I had a great car. It was amazing the difference from the car then and maybe 50 laps before then. I mean, it was really, really fast. But Chevrolet, she runs good when you need it to. Nice job.
The average speed, 135.1 miles an hour with all those caution flags. Almost exactly the same winning speed of Lee Petty in 1959.
And you know what? We've been up here for like 4 or 5 hours, had a heck of, but I wish there was a few more laps to go. I love the end of that race. That was so cool.
I don't know many of us could stand a couple of more laps to go.
Man, I love that.
Jeff Gordon rolls into Gatorade victory lane with his 70th career Nextel Cup victory.
It's all about this flames. That car runs so good when it's got those flames on it.
Painted flames, no decals.
Those are pretty flames.
The four-time series champion notches his 70th series win. His career started November 92 in what was Richard Petty's final career race. And who would know on that day that this young man would pick up where the king left off?
I know I've told you before, but Rick Hendrick called me at the end of 92 and said, what do you think about my rookie? I said, he'll never make it. Because he had wrecked about 11 or 12, 15 times that year. I said, I don't think he's going to make it, Rick.
Well, he's made it to the head table at the Waldorf now 4 times, and now he's made it to Daytona 500 with this man, Rick Hendrick, 3 times. 4 lead changes in the last 9 laps. Wow.
Only thing would have been better, Larry, is if you was working on my car and it's me and you.
You better believe it. If Mike interviewing us, right?
That's right. I won the Daytona about. He won't do that, I know that.
He might. He has every right to.
He's calm. He's cool. He'll get out. Yeah, oh boy, boy.
Robbie Loomis is crew chief.
Come on out of there. Let me see you jump up and down. Let me see you do the Icky shuffle.
Let's join the celebration.
A hug by owner Rick Hendrick. With 3 laps to go, Rick Hendrick came on the radio and told you, Jeff Gordon, it was time, and you said, yes, sir, it is. How did you hold those guys off?
I tell you what, I don't know who to thank first because it was just an amazing day. First, I want to dedicate this win to all the families and you know, those who were lost in that tragic accident. You know, last year it's been a tough time, and you know, Jimmy's gotten some victories, but this one is a Daytona 500, and it just doesn't get any sweeter than this. And you know, those folks will never go out of our thoughts. But I got to thank these guys on this DuPont Chevrolet. They are so awesome. They put so much work into this car. I want to thank Pepsi, GMAC, Quaker State. It's just been Chevrolet. It's been an amazing off season. And I didn't know what the week had in store for us. I knew we had a good car. We hadn't showed everything, and you know, I knew over 500 miles that the pit crew, that team, and hopefully you know, some patience would pay off there at the end, and it certainly did. And I am so stoked. Daytona 500. Yes. Woo! Yes.
Now, when Junior went around on the outside, you came on the radio and said, imagine that Junior passing all by himself, taking the lead. Were you concerned about your chances for victory then?
Well, let's not say I gave up, but I thought it was over. I mean, he hadn't been anywhere all day long, and then all of a sudden he came out of nowhere, and he pushed me so hard down this front straightaway when I was trying to take the lead from Tony that I knew that it was going to be impossible to keep him behind me. The best thing that happened to me was Kurt Busch. I want to thank Kurt Busch. You know, he got into me in the 150s, but we talked earlier in the day, and we knew everything was good. And by him getting by that 8 car and getting in front of him, then we just left them other guys to battle, and I just kept him in my mirror. And oh my goodness, what a just amazing day. I don't know, who did I thank? GMAC?
Well, everybody dreams of winning this race. Jeff Gordon's not done it once, not twice, but 3 times. He's a winner of the Great American Race, giving owner Rick Hendrick his 5th Daytona 500 victory. And there's Steve Berge. 6 months ago, Mike Joy, he sat down with a piece of paper, came up with 28 different things that he wanted the Hendrick guys to try on this race car, and they did it. It's now going to go to Daytona, USA.
How many headlines tomorrow across America will start out, I am so stoked, Daytona 500.
And then